TV console starting at just
more than 2 years in jail for animal cruelty for hoarding animals, and now she's being investigated again, this time in Venice. Welcome back. I'm Michelle Tuzzi.
I'm Mark Brown. New at 5, a Venice woman who's been convicted of animal cruelty in the past is now being investigated again. She's suspected of hoarding animals in terrible living conditions. Eyewitness News reporter Miriam Hernandez looks at the suspect's troubling history.
Pet owners are on edge after learning what was living behind the locked windows and drawn shades of this Venice apartment.
The smell was overwhelming. It smelled like animal urine, feces, dead animals, sick. It just smelled like horror.
The tenant is Cynthia Gudger, who would not answer when we knocked. This is her in court 4 years ago.
I mean, they killed my animals. They killed my animals.
A felon convicted in a notorious 2008 case of animal cruelty in Kern County. Investigators found 50 animals at her home living in filth. One had been chained to a cabinet. 5 in the freezer were dead. Gudger's record shows a life on the lam. Charged with animal cruelty in Riverside, she fled to Ventura County, then Kern County. She used aliases. At one point, she was found incompetent to stand trial and was sent to Patton State Hospital. 2 years later, she was placed on probation for animal abuse. Neighbors say she relocated to Venice in 2011. They recall seeing her chase feral kittens. Then came the stench.
The feces and urine smell is insane.
Neighbor Nancy Hancock says animal control responded. Then came an animal rescue group who she recorded seizing more than a dozen animals from the one-bedroom unit.
I have no warrant. My lawyer called the head of animal control.
Well, in this particular case, there is an investigation that's ongoing.
No charges at this time. Meanwhile, the head of LA's Department of Animal Services says tips are the only way they can track suspected animal hoarders.
They start, getting a few too many animals. They can't say no because they want to help, and suddenly they're in over their head.
Neighbors say Gudger kept her pets hidden. Only the stench alerted them. Now Gudger faces more trouble. Eyewitness News has learned that she is facing a perjury charge for lying on a DMV application. And in Kern County, the DA tells us he will determine whether Gudger has violated the terms of her probation. Miriam Hernandez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.